off?
We are live.
Awesome. What's going on? I am Academy Familia. Welcome to day 2 of the online chairman bootcamp, guys. Yesterday, you guys had the opportunity to learn about how to properly launch the newest individual joining the company, right? We got to make sure that our teams are trained so we can make sure that our teams are paid, right? But today's one of the most exciting days, one of my favorite days of the 7-day bootcamp that we're having. Today's social media madness, ladies and gentlemen. And what you guys are going to learn today is just, you know, you always hear on your road to chairman, you got to stay in phase 1. You got to stay in phase 1. You got to stay in phase 1. And in a world where, you know, right now, especially what's going on, we need to be indoors. And what better way than to be able to stay in phase 1 with utilizing social media? You see, on this call today, we're going to teach you guys how to build a compliant brand, right? You're going to have the opportunity to learn how to generate leads, right? How to convert those leads, different skill sets and different strategies that Jason and I have used. You know, a lot of people think that just because your social media isn't popping, that you cannot go ahead and hit chairman, right? That every single chairman that has seen success had a massive social media. Everyone had a social media like Brandon Boyd or Mr. Alex Morton or Mr. David Imonitie, right? But that's not the case whatsoever. They all started somewhere as well. Jason and I all started somewhere as well. And actually, the individual that's going to be launching this training for you guys is Mr. Jason Brown. The first time that I ever enrolled somebody online, the first time that I ever generated leads online, I was taught how to do so through Jason Brown, right? And we were talking about, you know, we have our skill sets, right? Jason and I are yin and yang. And he had told me, he was like, I want to run a social media training for the entire company. And that's where the idea of the bootcamp really came from, right? Really stemmed from. So guys, make sure, house rules right now, make sure that you guys are taking notes. You guys need to take notes. The proven fact, you're only going to retain about 5% of what it is that you don't write down, right? And teach every single new individual in your organization what it is that you're about to learn, ladies and gentlemen. Because guys, it's not about what it is that you can do. So what if Jason and I are good at doing X, Y, and Z? If we're not able to teach you guys how to do it, then it's not duplicatable. And duplication is what leads to momentum each and every single time inside of this industry. So get ready, guys, to take your social media brand next level. Be sure to implement what it is that you learned today. Be sure to go ahead and reference the notes that you take today. And let's really make this thing pop on social media. But guys, with great power comes great responsibility. Right? And we have to remain compliant throughout everything that we're going to do. We have to be able to lead with the proper ethics. We have to be able to lead with the proper intention. We are here to inspire. We are here to educate, and we are here to empower. We are not here to manipulate or fear, guys. So with those house rules set, get ready for none other than Chairman 500, one of my best friends and one of the top industry producers through social media, Mr. Jason Brown. Yo, JB, you with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Incredible. Let's rock and roll, bro. The floor is yours, man. Put them on game.
Let's get it, bro. Look, I'm super fired up, guys. Thank you, Matt, for the introduction. And, you know, look, thank you for the almost 3,600 people showing up for the call today. It's absolutely incredible, you know, to understand that the world has changed so much, right, in the past, even just the past few years, right? The world has changed so drastically to the point, you know, where when we got started in this profession back in 2013, we got started in this profession. And from the time that we got started to today, the difference in the way that we can build the business, scale the business, scale our marketing, and just take things to the next level, it's literally unreal, right? You know, we were laughing. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I don't remember who I was talking. Oh, I was on a leadership call with Chris Derrick and his organization, some of the leaders from his organization. And we were laughing because, you know, it's funny. I remember when we started in network marketing, you know, direct sales, trying to build a business from home, we had Skype. And, you know, what's funny is that on Skype, you could really do like a video chat, maybe one-on-one. Maybe you could do a video chat with, you know, 4 people. Maybe, you know, if the connection was good enough, you could try 5 or 6, but people had to turn their cameras off. And then a software named Uvu came out, and it allowed you to have, I think, up to 10 people on a video chat. Type in the chat box if you guys remember, you know, what I'm talking about, this Uvu, Skype, the throwback, the real Throwback Thursday. Okay, it was Skype and Uvu. And then, you know, Google Hangouts, right? Type a 0 if you remember Google Hangouts, because it was honestly pretty much a 0. Google Hangouts were a little bit of a flop, in my opinion. So funny. And then, you know, Facebook really took over at one point from MySpace, you know, and then now we laugh because we don't even remember what MySpace is. Some of you guys don't even know what MySpace is, but a distant memory that you heard in a conversation. Google did attempt social media, Nadeem. That's funny. And then we had, you know, obviously the evolution to Instagram and now TikTok and all that. And now we have Zoom calls with, you know, thousands of people on at a time around the world with very little delays. Look, some of you guys never even heard of, you know, Uvu or stuff like that. Really crazy, you know, and yeah, music on the profile in MySpace, the good old days. You know, you had your MySpace, you had your top 4, and then you have your, you know, they made the top 8, and then they made like a top 20. And I was in high school during that time, and there used to be some serious beef, some serious drama, some serious issues between, you know, who you would put on your top friends, you know. And you know, one time my best friend John, he left his you guys are gonna laugh, this is so funny. And my best friend John, he left his MySpace up on his computer, and we were young, you know, so we were just getting, you know, fast speed internet. And you know, John, his house was like the hangout, so he left his MySpace up, and me and 2 of my other best friends, we went into his MySpace, and we changed his evil, but we changed his MySpace top 16 to like the hottest, most popular girls that we went to school with. And we spread the word, and it was evil. It was evil. I mean, John was so embarrassed because, you know, it kind of went viral. And like the next week in high school was just hilarious. We killed the guy, you know. But luckily, honestly, we kind of spoke it into existence because he ended up recruiting up. We're going to talk about recruiting up today, but he ended up recruiting up. And I think we helped him. See, some of you guys think we're evil. Some of you think we violated, but we gave him a little bit of clout, and he recruited up and got a really attractive girlfriend. Definitely, you know, recruited up for her. Didn't last very long, but it worked for a while. So I think we did him some justice. But, you know, look, guys, the point of this conversation is that, you know, the elevation of social media just in the past 10 years has been nothing short of incredible, nothing short of mind-blowing, nothing short of crazy. I mean, we literally at this point have so much power in the palm of our hands that, to be honest, sometimes I feel like we don't even really understand the power of what we have. You know, we just, like, the ability to scale and to position yourself without leaving the house, right? The ability to connect with people around the world is literally insane. And that's really one of the biggest reasons why I decided to get started in network marketing back in 2013, because, you know, I had a career. I got my college degree, and then I went and got a career in the nightlife entertainment space. So I helped open up a nightclub, and I didn't have any clients. So our job was to, you know, go out and find people that wanted to buy tables at a nightclub, which costs, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, or more for a single night. And a lot of my friends were in college. A lot of my friends were younger and were definitely looking to get into the club for free. So getting them to spend a couple thousand was not even in the equation. But we had to get creative, and I was brought in to be a part of this VIP promoting team, and I had to get creative. And so I took to social media. And if you guys go, I've deleted some stuff, I've archived some stuff, because I'm going to talk about, a lot of the strategy and the thought process that has helped me not only, attract some incredible leaders, dedicated customers, unbelievable people. Some of the people that you guys see on stage attracted through my social media. And so I'm going to talk about that today and just the thought process. But I always tell people, one of the best things you can do to find out the secrets of becoming a social media presence that can attract, go to the leaders' social media pages. Go to my Facebook and look through photos. Go back 4 or 5 years. You go to Matt Rosa Facebook, don't scroll back too far, but go back and go to my Instagram. Go to Matt, go to Morton, go to maybe your Chairman 10s, your P5s, even Bryce Thompsons of the world, right? Go to the people that have the results, and just scroll around on their social media and look at the growth in their social media, right? If you scroll all the way back on my Instagram, it's crazy because you guys will see a point where I'm gonna do this now. Don't get distracted, but let me post this. So I want you guys to do this, and then you could check out Matt's as well. And then you have Alex. So I'm going to give you a couple to look at, because Alex is much better. He's been in network marketing for quite some time. But if you go back, you guys will see on my Instagram, okay, you guys will see the posts from 2000. I think I started that page in 2012 or 2013. I was doing my internship in New York. Then I went into nightlife. So the nightclub stuff, a little bit of that I left on there just for this purpose, really, just for motivation. But you guys will see the parts where, I posted about my Kia Optima, and I got like 12 likes, my mom, my cousin, my neighbor, my friend. And you can, just see the evolution process and the growth in content, the growth in caption, the growth in hashtags. And a lot of the times, the success that you're looking for, it's right in front of you, right? And so I tell people, like, hey, look, I'm going to get on this webinar. I'm going to share a bunch of stuff with you. But a lot of what you're going to learn from, because I know for me, a lot of what I learned from is observation, right? Observing what other people do. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you a couple things on Facebook. I'm going to show you a couple tips and stuff like that. So definitely going to get into it. But, I really want to set the precedent for this training, because this is an important day of the 7-day boot camp, right? All the stuff that we're going to go through over the next, today and then 5 more days is super important. But I always tell people that social media becomes more and more relevant every day we're alive. And we look at where we are, where the world is right now, what's happening. And, I've been working from my home office for the past 2 weeks. And to be honest, I feel like I'm more productive the last 2 weeks than I've been maybe in the last 2 months put together. I don't know if you guys feel that way. How many of you actually feel, I open up the chat box, but type like a 777 if you actually feel more productive now Yeah, I'm glad I'm not alone. Now, I'm a bit of a homebody. I'm more of an introvert. Believe it or not, I don't mind being around people, but, I have such a level of focus that I put into what I'm doing that honestly, I get distracted very easily. I think they call that ADD. I don't know, whatever. But for me, it's worked, right? So that you got an ADD kid who's done pretty well. But I like to focus. So even the littlest thing becomes a distraction for me. And so, I like um, just being home, working and dedicating that time. And I feel very productive because, I'm on social media. Commenting back on my Instagram posts instead of, look, I like to engage. If you guys engage with me on social media, that, me personally, I like to, like if you comment on one of my things, I like to like it. I comment back, sometimes with just emojis, sometimes with comments. Like even with my DMs, I like to engage, and I don't want people to feel like I'm unreachable at some point, because I'm just a certain rank or something like that. And I think that's a really good mindset to have, to be as close to the people as possible. Matt and I were talking yesterday, and, we believe that this is a huge reason for our success is because we've never felt like we needed to be so far. Right now, don't get it wrong. We will create separation, but guys, on social media, you need to engage and be a part. So it's not just about the content that you post. It's not just about the photo. It's not just about the caption. It's not just about the hashtag, but it's about engaging and getting in the trenches. I mean, I want you guys to think how amazing you would feel if you got a comment back from, Gary Vaynerchuk, from, your favorite athlete, from, your favorite movie star, right? All of you would feel great if you got a comment back. And, sometimes, yes, guys, this is being recorded. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. If you want to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can search Jason Brown IM. There's a ton of recorded stuff there that Matt and I have done over the years, and other leaders as well. And there's a ton of training on there, from as far back as 2012, 2013. Okay, good. So somebody dropped cool. So somebody dropped it in the chat. So I'm going to freeze the chat so you guys can do it here. But don't worry, I'm going to show examples, guys. I'm going to get into it. Don't worry about that. I'm just kind of setting the table now. I don't plan on ending this at 3 p.m. I don't know how long this is going to go, but social media is a very deep and powerful topic. And I'm going to go until I've got everything you guys need to know, because we have 4,200 people on this call right now. And if we can do a great job as a company and as a leadership group to, become so professional, so elevated, so skilled on social media, we can scale this company to 1 million customers at such a speed, because social gives you that power. So subscribe to my YouTube if you guys want the recordings. I'm going to be posting all the recordings there. The day one recording actually should be almost finished. So you can go there. So let's go back on topic. So, engaging with your social media, huge. Guys, it takes, usually when I have my downtime, I talk about, taking your time for meditation, taking your downtime, taking your time alone every single day. I personally put a sauna in my apartment. So in between my sauna sessions is when I catch up on social, right? I get through my comments. I, reply to my comments. I'm, engaging, stuff like that. But if you just put 30 minutes aside a day to get inside your social media, 30 minutes to an hour a day, guys, we do social media all day long anyway. And I'm going to talk about some of those tactics. By the time you guys get off this, you're going to freak out, because I've taught this stuff to a lot of people. I've learned from, honestly, I didn't discover all this. I've learned from some of the best of the best in the world. Matt and I were very, very blessed and extremely grateful that we were around at certain points in our career. Some of the best social media gurus in the game. Some of the social media superstars. like the Meltons, like the Ray Higdons, like the Todd Falcones. We've had some ridiculously amazing mentors, and we've kind of compiled everything that we've learned and, you know, kind of put it together, and it's worked. So, you know, guys, the big key is the engagement part, because everything else that I teach you, it doesn't matter if your foundation is weak, and your foundation is really made up of two things, right? Your foundation is made up of the engagement that you put out and the consistency, right? Social media, especially platform like Instagram, especially a platform like Facebook, they're run off of algorithms. So you got to understand the thought process, okay? The thought process of Facebook is that the longer you're on Facebook, the more money they make, right? Because Facebook makes their money by ads, clicks on those ads, and they sell people to post those ads based on the usage and the amount of time somebody spends on the platform. So they're selling that data, right? Let me say this. They're leveraging that data, right? So that to get people to buy the ads, to get big companies to spend, they're leveraging the data, saying, look, we've got X amount of users that are averaging X amount of time on our platform. So if you invest in, you know, ads and sponsored ads and, you know, billboards, this, that, in our platform, this is the type of audience you're going to have. And they leverage the fact that, you know, you're this year, this is your age group, this is your demographic, male, female, this is what you click, this is what you like, because they've got it all figured out. So the longer you are on Facebook, the more money they're going to make, which means that, you know, posting links that leave Facebook, they get horrible engagement because they don't want people leaving, right? But posting comments or posting, you know, pictures that get a ton of engagement, guess what happens? Facebook will keep that post higher to the top, higher to the top. Instagram will keep bumping that post higher to the top of people's feeds. And if the engagement continues, right? If the comments continue to grow, if the likes continue to grow, if the shares continue to grow, if all of that continues to grow, then your post stays relevant for a longer period of time. And so where a lot of people mess up is that they have great content, but they're not forcing the engagement. So when I post on Facebook, well, really, you know, I've dabbled a little bit away from Facebook, and I'll explain why. I do think that if you're not a chairman 25, 50, 100, even if you're really not, if you're not a chairman 100 or above, you should be utilizing Facebook. I do think that there's a greater power on Instagram, but I think there's a better and more personal aspect to Facebook, okay? So I'm gonna go through all of that as well. A lot to cover, like I said. But, you know, when I post on Instagram, immediately, I look for the first 5 or 6 comments. I like the comment, and then I comment back, right? And sometimes I even comment back twice, once with emojis, once with words. Hey, thank you very much. Hey, you know, you're a rock star too. Hey, you know, because I want to drive that immediate, right? That immediate reaction. The faster you can get comments going on your post, the faster you're going to see people liking it, right? Now, remember, I have a pretty solid following. Some of you have a few thousand. So it's all about the hunger and the drive and building that, right? Building that. But if you remember, the algorithms, see, some people complain because they think the algorithms are working against them. But to be honest, it's the same thing as taxes. Some people complain because they think the taxes are working against them. But to be honest, the algorithms and the taxes, they're actually built in your favor, but you gotta look below the surface. Now, some of you are like, taxes in my favor? No, they're taking my money, bro. Well, guess what? There's a lot of rules inside of the tax space that people don't know about. So they think they're being taken advantage of. But to be honest, guys, we gotta pay, right? Because time of tragedy, you want your government to bail you out, but then we complain about taxes. So let's be real, right? And the algorithm. See, we don't want the algorithm but we need the algorithm, or else we'd see a bunch of junk that we don't want to see. So, we can't be upset. We have to grow and elevate so that we can be a part of that success, right? That's the true perception that we need to have on a lot of things in life, but perception is reality, right? So the algorithms work in your favor, but the engagement and the consistency is the foundation. Now, the next step to this whole thing is simple. Guys, it's positioning. You have to understand that who you are on social media is who you're going to attract. So if you're flashing money, then you're going to attract people that respect money being flashed. If you post about, God or your religion, then you're going to attract people that are focused and attracted to, God or a religion. Okay. If you post about dogs, well, then you're going to attract people that are attracted to dogs, right? Because that's how it works. And so I always tell people to be very conscious of your social media. And anything that is potentially controversial, if you post about it, understand the risk, understand the aggression, understand how hard you're going, because yes, some people will like it, but you are a business owner and there are no emotions in business. So if your Instagram page is a mix of personal and business, and you want to post about politics, you want to post about religion, you want to post about, controversy, understand the risk. I'm not saying yes or no. This is a free world, especially on social. Remember, I'm not your boss. I'm just here to share concepts that have worked. That's all. But I will tell you, do I share my beliefs on social media? Yes. But very seldom and very smooth and very respectfully. I don't ever post about politics, actually, really ever. Yesterday, I shared something about Donald Trump relieving the student loan tax. That's probably as close to a political post that I have probably ever made. And it was just a share from the White House Instagram page. And the reason why I shared it is because a lot of people who follow me are young people. And that's educating. So I didn't really see it as controversial. Some people might not like Donald Trump, but if he's helping us with our student loan taxes and the interest on those, then I don't care if you like him or not, you're probably happy because something's better than nothing, right? But when I post about my belief in God, I'm very respectful because my belief is unwavering, right? I'm entitled to believe what I want to believe. You're entitled to believe what you want to believe. I have friends that are Muslim. We believe in the same God, but they have different concepts. I'm very respectful of that. I have friends that are Jewish. I have friends that are atheists. I have friends that don't know what they are. I have for all time. I don't care. I don't ever judge somebody because it's your life and you're entitled to do whatever you want. But when it comes to me and what I want, I don't want to turn off a potential person that I can impact, a potential person that I can work with because of my belief being a certain way. And so look, when it comes to certain things, again, if you guys feel the need to express, then go express. But I've seen friends of mine, and I'll be real, I've seen friends of mine that had pretty good rank, and they start going about a specific topic. They start going about domestic violence. They start going about abortion. They start going about, this. And I'm telling you, within 60 to 90 days, their business crashes every single time. They start going about an election. They start going about conspiracy theories. They start going about, too heavy on a religion. And within 60 to 90 days, their business could fluctuate. And, what I want to say is, look, I don't want to offend anybody. That's not the intention. I'm here to educate you. Be wise about what you want. on social media, because sometimes we don't realize the brand that we're creating, right? And so don't be shy and never stand down from who you are. But if you have personal, emotional feelings about a topic, just ask yourself twice, is this going to affect my business? And am I willing to take that risk, right? Because, hey, look, there's been times where I've wanted to speak on a topic, but I thought about it and I'm like, I'm going to delete that post because my stories go away in 24 hours. My posts are relevant for 48 hours, but the damage I can do could be relevant for a long time. And for me to express an opinion or an emotion, the risk just isn't worth the reward, in my opinion, because my belief is still my belief, whether it's on social media or not. And that's why sometimes I talk to leaders and I say, stop posting money. Even if it was legal, even if the government allowed us to do it, post profits, post money, throw money on the camera, flash cars, flash this, flash that, right? Even if that was cool, is that what you want? Do we want people to think that trading is easy? Do we want people to think that making money is a guarantee? Do we want people to think that this is going to be a walk in the park? Because what are we going to attract? We're going to attract the walk in a park audience. We're going to attract the make money easy audience. And the truth is that if you're putting out that frequency, you will get signups. But in my opinion, those signups will quit in 30 days, 90% of the time. Why? Because, guys, trading, it works. We know that. But it doesn't work for everybody at the same time, right? Some people get it fast, 14 to 30 days. Some people are like, dude, I got this, right? Jump in the chat box, type a 0 if you've had somebody get it quick. If you've had somebody who you're like, damn, you're better at trading than me. And guys, I have people who started year 3 that are way better at trading than me in their week 2, right? But also type a 7 in the chat box if you've had people that it took 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months to get it, right? So we all go through the same thing. I made you do this in the chat box because I want you to realize that you're not alone. I want you to realize that we all go through the same things in our business, but I'm going to close the chat box so we get back to focusing. I appreciate your guys' participation. But I want you guys to realize that what we put out is what we will attract on social media. So if you're putting out, I remember Matt Rosa, Matt's still on this call, he'll laugh. Matt and I were in a previous company back in 2015. And, Matt's a musician. He writes songs, he plays guitar, he's extremely skilled. And Matt put up a video of him playing guitar. I remember the video. It was very dark. It was just a candle, him playing the guitar. And he got a message from a young guy from Canada. And that young guy hit up Matt and, what do you do? He played music as well. So he related to Matt on the music side and said, hey, I've been following you for a little bit. And I just wanted to reach out. And one thing led to another. And that one guy coming into the business created hundreds of customers in Matt's organization, right? Hundreds. Helped Matt lead a huge team throughout Canada, hundreds. And Roman, Cooper Chad, and the team up in Canada, up in Montreal, they're all still a part of the company. All of them, right? We've got good team. Chance and Sam, the educators, right? Came from social media. Chance and Sam Ghana came from social media. Guys, this is 4 or 5 years ago. And it was because Matt expressed nothing about trading, nothing about selling a product, nothing about residual income. But think about hundreds of customers because he was playing the guitar and singing. And that person related more to that than all the other posts that he had ever made. And I think about, the people that I've enrolled and what they've related to. And it's honestly, it's never been about money. When we were allowed to post profits, or before we got in trouble for posting profits, I posted profits a couple times. And I enrolled people, but they all quit because they thought that they were going to make the same amount of money as me. And so the point I'm getting at is that on top of the foundation of being consistent and engaging, it's the brand that you develop that will honestly make up a majority of the professionals that you attract, or the unprofessionals that you attract. And it's not too late to go back into your Facebook, into your Instagram, and press my favorite button, the delete button. Got to do it. Save it in your phone. If it's a great memory, save it. All the pictures of me drinking at parties, they're gone. All the pictures, of me out having fun, they're gone. I have them, but they're not on social, because who I was, I'm still the same guy, but I'm a different person, right? My character is different. My wants are different. My desires are different. My goals are different. My passions are different. And I honestly don't want to attract people that only want to party. That's not my goal, right? So I went back and I fixed some things up. I went back and I deleted some stuff. And I don't put anything on social because anybody could be watching at any time. But guys, it takes time to build your brand, right? It takes time to build your brand. So let me share my screen here. Let's get into some of the nooks and crannies. Google Chrome. And one of the things that I wanted to pull up is my Facebook, okay? So, look, I always tell people, you want to do this, right? You can invest in, you can invest in your brand on a low budget, right? You start small and you go big, right? You start small and you go big. And, I remember when I first got started, again, I didn't really have a lot of likes. I was on a low budget, but I went on a webinar with a few of my mentors, and they talked about having a professional profile picture, right? And so if you guys look, I'm going to see if I can. Okay, so guys, October 26, 2010. Look at this, okay? I'm going to open the chat box because you guys are absolutely entitled to make fun of me, or at least laugh along with me here. But I'm going to actually get into the nook and cranny of this thing. No shame, no game, right? So this is me in college playing tug of war. I have no likes on this photo. And my friend, Tom, why are you tugging against a girl? October 26, 2010. Okay? You want to talk about transformation? That was me. That was me, pizza boy. That was me, pizza boy, 300-pound pizza boy. That was me. Jamie, yeah, my boy. That was me. I don't know what I was doing. And why is this my profile picture? Who am I recruiting? Who am I attracting with this profile picture? Swag. Terrible. With my earrings and my wannabe gangster. That's me and my cousin. That's good. Look, that one, I got a beer in my hand. Not too great. So I need to save that and archive it. That's a great. Those are my boys. Those are some of my best friends from college. I'm going to save that. But that thing's getting deleted. But look, guys, 3 likes. And one of them was the guy in the picture. Hopefully it doesn't make us reset. It just deletes it and lets us move on. Me and BJ, my boy. Halloween. I mean, guys, look. Fraternity, gangster stuff. A cute baby though. No lie, no cap. All right, but then watch the transformation, right? Let's fast forward a little bit. I did graduate college, if any of you guys were wondering. Could have been a model. All right, let's go. So we're moving up the ladder now. Well, maybe. We're moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. That was my first selfie ever. Horrible. All right, we're moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. Watch. So you guys are going to see when I decided to become a professional. Watch. Now you see, right? Low budget. Hey, friend, I have terrible jeans. I have a Michael Kors watch from Walmart. I've got rowboats in the background, but I got a cool shirt on. Can you take a picture? Got it. First semi-professional picture, 89 likes. Big difference in engagement, right? All right, cool. New York, what up? There you go. This was the first event that I got professional pictures. It was the regional that we did back in, look at this, 2014. Some OG gangster stuff right here, right? So we did this event, and this was actually an event that kickstarted my network marketing career, right? So these are the first professional pictures that I ever had, and my profile pictures from this point just elevated, right? Elevated, little lifestyle, right? Me at an event, right? I was hungry for better pictures. That was my first international event that I ever did, 2015, right? Mexico. So I was like, oh yeah, we got this. We got Mexico City. But look at the quality of the picture too. It's just not great, but moving up. So little by little, guys, it evolved. There you go. That's when Matt and I first started network marketing. IM. This was our first thing, right? 2016. This was when we launched. But you guys can see the growth, right? Then I started speaking at events. There's John Guaman. Is John Guaman on this call? Look at Johnny G. I don't know what John's doing. John's praying. John's praying for Chairman 50 right there. John, where you at, John? Is John on this? John, are you here? Johnny G. Johnny G in the building. All right, but guys, I'm not going to go through all these pictures, but I just want to show you that you can start, right, on a budget. There's Mikey Stotts, my boy, right there. All right, this is when things started to kick. And then you guys will see the evolution. Look at Matt. So you guys will see the evolution, right? This will grow over time. Your brand will grow over time. Your quality will grow over time. But if you don't start, then you can't get there. So do it on a shoestring budget, right? Go to Fiverr.com and you guys can see, yes, somebody just said it. Look at the likes. As the brand increases, the likes increase. 397. Look at this. Look at this. 167, 288. This is Barcelona, right? Check this out. So the increase also increases the engagement, okay? So understand, guys, that your brand is not gonna, breed a result. It's not gonna breed a result. Thank you, I appreciate you guys. So your brand is not gonna breed a result overnight. But sometimes you see a Chairman 500 get on stage at a convention. You see a Chairman 500 even get on this call. And you think that you're so far away from becoming a professional because you in your mind, you don't think you have the resources. But let me tell you, I just showed you the proof. 2010, no likes, one comment from my friend, kind of my friend. You wouldn't think he's my friend from that comment. But the growth comes with time and consistency, right? And the profile, the cover photos, it's the same thing. So when you're setting up, okay, now let's talk about some of the things for Facebook, and then I'll share a few tactics that were really, really helpful for me. Okay, number one, on Facebook, you can have 5,000 friends. So I always treated my Facebook like it was an arena that I needed to fill up, okay? Like it was an arena that I needed to fill up. And when you have 5,000 friends, you start getting followers. So if people send you, and I got to do this, I deleted about 100 people. I actually have to go through and fill it up, but I always like to fill it up to 5,000. So if you guys want to send me friend requests on Facebook, I'm going to fill it up with 5K. But I always like to fill it up to 5,000 because when you're at 5K, now you get followers. So your followers actually increase. Now watch, I want to show you a good example. Let's look at Alex Morton's Facebook. Alex Morton is followed by 395,000. So what's crazy is that until you get to 5K, people, can send you friend requests and they just pen. But after 5,000, as soon as they send you a friend request, guess what happens, guys? Your page is full. So you automatically get the follower. So my goal was to get to 5,000. Now, you can't just go out and add a ton of people right away because you get put in Facebook jail. So what you do, okay, is you go here and you go to see all. So you go to friend requests and you go to see all. Now, up here, you guys will see. Well, let me show you a couple things on this page before we do it, right? So you'll see right here that you see the mutual friends. So one of the things that I look for is how many mutual friends do we have? Because I want a mixture on Facebook. About half the people are in my company, right? So you want about half the people that are in IM, right? So you could always tell by mutual friends, right? I think Lee is in IM because of his friendship with Evan Cabral, right? Hey, there you go. There you go, Lee. What's up? Oh my God, Jan, stop, dude. So you guys will see that sometimes I'll show you how to block people too. So if Jan messages you, people like Jan, you can block them. But look, on Facebook, it's good to have a mixture, right, of people that are in the company, right? Because think about it, guys. When you post, they have a mutual interest. So your engagement is going to be higher when you're posting inspirational content. If you have people that are also interested in that, right? If they're interested in growth, if they're interested in education, if they know that you're a part of the company, the odds of them engaging and helping boost your engagement, it's massive. Because what happens, again, it goes back to the algorithms, right? But when Facebook sees you get a ton of comments, it's like, oh, this person's cool, right? This person's awesome. This person has a lot of friends, whatever. This person's posting good stuff. Your comments and your posts will stay relevant longer. So guess what? You guys will get more engagement from other people that you don't know. The people that don't follow you. Because now what Facebook will do is it'll start showing to some mutual interests that don't follow you yet. So now you're getting natural exposure to a whole different audience, right? And then you have people that share your stuff. You have people that comment. And so you can get creative knowing that building that engagement is the important part. You can now start to do giveaways, right? You can now, even on a budget, you could do giveaways, right? You could always give away a book. You could always give away, something. People think that you need a lot of money to do a giveaway. No. Giveaway is a value giveaway. So if you don't have money to give, then think about a value you can give away. A $10 book holds value to somebody, right? When I was on that budget, what I did was I bought, one of my mentors made these like really small books. I actually might even have a bunch left actually. But what I did was I bought, he sells these little books. It's like a 10-page mini book that explains network marketing and why it's the best industry. And what I did was I said, hey, look, if anybody would be interested in learning more about network marketing, I will send you a free book, okay? And I just put it out there. And I said, comment on this if you want it. And I actually ended up giving away like 20, 30 of those books. Now it cost me maybe 50 to $100 to put a stamp on it, get the envelopes, get the books, right? It took me some time, but what I actually did was a giveaway that helped my page with engagement. And then I also gave a tool to 50 potential prospects. So I killed two birds with one stone, right? And it was actually effective. I signed up a bunch of people to my company at that time because of that campaign. So all I'm saying, guys, is get creative, because if you can boost your engagement, then you're going to boost the new eyeballs. And if you boost the new eyeballs, then obviously you're going to be able to have new conversations and get new people to look at trading, new people to look at learning, and obviously you'll get people that are interested in building a team. So here's the second part of this, right? So you go to view sent requests. Now this is very important, okay? Because you're gonna have some requests that penned for too long, right? So I haven't sent requests on Facebook in a very long time. So these are old requests. But what Facebook does is say, okay, is this person requesting people that they know? Are they requesting people that want to know them? Or are they requesting people to spam? Are they requesting people just to sell? So when your sent requests sit for too long, Facebook will see at what frequency you're sending them out. And if you're sending out too many and they're sitting there for too long, you'll get put in what's called Facebook jail, right? So what's cool is that you can go to this sent requests, right? And you can just click this beautiful feature called cancel requests. And now Facebook has nothing to gauge. So what you can do that's super dope is get in and go clear everything out, right? So you guys see how easy this is. I'm not going to do it anymore, but you guys will see that, you know, if it's somebody you think maybe missed the request, somebody that you really want to be friends with, well, what you can do, like, so this is a friend, right? So what I'm going to do is, oh, he's already my friend, so that works. But let me see an example of somebody who I want to be friends with. So Cesar Rincon, right? This guy looks like a cool guy, founder, speaker at Author Trainer. So I'm going to shoot him another request. Cesar Rincon has reached 5,000. Got it. Cesar's too cool for Jason. Cool. All right, well, let me add Adam, right? So I'm just going to shoot Adam this request. He missed it the first time. I canceled it. Now I'm going to shoot it to him again. All right. So that's that. Now it'll also give you suggestions. Now these suggestions are based off of what? They're based off of your mutual friends. So a lion is a mutual friend of Matt, myself, etc. So I just shot him a request, right? So Facebook is smart. It says, hey, I know Moses. Hey, I know this guy. Hey, you might know this guy. Hey, you might know this girl. So it'll actually give you the opportunity to start prospecting random people. And some of you guys are saying, well, I don't know any random. Jason, I ran out of people to talk to. No, you didn't. You ran out of ideas, which is why this training is going to completely change the game for you. So Facebook can be literally the plug, right? Some of you were looking for the plug. Facebook could be the plug, right? So I'll get to those requests later. Now, my internet connection is unstable. All right, let's check this instability out. Hold on. Can you guys get in the chat box and let me know if can you guys hear me? Am I good? Good, yes, yes, yes. Just give me some ones if we're good. Okay, thank you. The internet was freaking out a little bit last week here, and I think we've gotten it under control. So I just wanted to make sure we weren't having a repeat of the process here. So anyway, now let me show you guys a couple things that changed the game. All right, so one of the things you'll hear is the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? Well, understand that this page and your Instagram are basically virtual business cards, okay? So this page is how people are gonna make a decision if they want to join you or not. Very simply, right? This page, your posts, your feed. See, on my feed, I only have my posts. If I share something, I hide it from my timeline. If I don't share anything, honestly. I very rarely share sometimes. Like yesterday, I shared on my page. I took it off, but yesterday I shared a GoFundMe. A friend of mine is doing a raise to get more masks for the hospital. So I shared it yesterday. And once the engagement died down, I hid it from my timeline because I want my timeline to be clean, right? So my timeline, just everything is just, you know, clean. My post. Because if you go to a page that shares a lot of content, it's just hard to follow. It's very sloppy. And what happens is our eyes move so fast that it blends all that stuff in and there's no uniformity. And so it's like walking into a house that's clean versus walking into a house that's dirty, right? People are immediately going to feel overwhelmed. People that have like OCD, right? People that like clean spaces, they're not going to like being on your page. So when I go on, so I like clean spaces, right? So when I walk into a page, when I log on to a page or view a page that's very sloppy, I get immediately turned off. So what I tell people is, look, you have your intro, so you could have your little bio here. Okay, you've got a clean profile, you've got a clean cover photo, you've got a clean detail section, right? Who you are, maybe where you studied, where you live, where you're from. Clean featured photos, right? You can control these features, and then clean up the photos you're tagged in, okay? Because you can untag yourself. And some of the photos that I used to get tagged in were, flyers from the nightclub, photos that I don't want to be tagged in. And what I do is I just go untag myself, and then this section here will clean up, okay? So that's the front page of Facebook, pretty simple. But what I want to show you guys is a big major key. Okay, so you're going to go up here to, I just found it. Facebook rearranged it, and I was looking before, but I think you're going to go to, come on, about photos. Where is it? Home? Oh, it's home. Okay, so you go to your home page. All right, now here's what's cool. So if you go to this events section, okay, under the events section, you guys are going to see upcoming events that you've been invited to, all right? So that's that. Now, right here, guys, right here, this is a golden nugget of the century. So you guys see right over here, this beautiful thing that says upcoming birthdays, right? So you expand it, and you click see all. Now, here's what's sick. And Facebook has really evolved this part. But a lot of people, okay, they're bad on the follow-up. And all we hear, fortunes in the follow-up, fortunes in the follow-up, fortunes in the follow-up. But you're failing on the follow-up. So what's amazing is that everybody has a birthday, okay? It's one of the only things that everybody has. Everybody's got a birthday. And to be on Facebook, your birthday needs to be in there. So if you go to the birthdays, every single day, go to your birthdays. And you know what you do? You don't do what everybody else does. Because what everybody else does is, happy birthday, Kyrie. Right? Guys, that's like when you're at a baseball game or a basketball game and the birthdays come up on the big board. It's like, happy birthday, Kyrie. Happy birthday, Diego. Happy birthday, Brian. I mean, it's just, they acknowledged it. That's cool. But you fit in, you blend in with everybody else. Now, what I do is I would actually take this. If this is somebody that I want to connect with, remember, we're not salespeople. Don't spam people with your link. Don't be annoying. Don't be, sound like a robot. Don't be scripted. A lot of people are looking for scripts. Hi, Kyrie. Happy birthday. How are you? Hope everything is well. Are you interested in making money from home? Like, don't be that person, please. Okay? Don't spam your link. Hey, how's your money looking right now? Like, guys, be human, right? It does take a little bit of time, but it works. And you'll create genuine relationships. So what you do is you go to a private message and you just say something along the lines of, see, I don't even remember. This is crazy. I don't even remember Kyrie. I want to find somebody that I haven't spoke to. Watch. Okay. So I've never spoken to Diego, right? So what I would say, but we've been friends since April 17th. So what I would say is, happy birthday, bro. Right? Happy birthday, bro. Hope all is well. Enjoy your day. Right? So send him that message. Happy birthday. Hope everything's good. Now he might just come back and just say, hey, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. But guess what? You went from completely irrelevant to relevant, right? Now, maybe Diego's like been following me and he's like, wow, happy birthday. Cool. Maybe he goes to my profile right? And says, wow, like, dude, what have you been up to? Maybe he responds. But you can always tell if somebody wants to talk or if somebody doesn't want to talk, right? Sometimes they'll read it, they won't even respond. Sometimes they'll send you a thumbs up, but you know what you do? You know what you do? You wait a couple days, you go like this. If it's somebody you don't know, you just go boom, boom, unfriend. Guys, not because you're mean, but because of the intention, right? You reached out. If they read it, cool, they got it, they received it, but they don't want to have a conversation. If you don't know them, if it's your friend, obviously you're not doing that. But this is a Coliseum and you've got 5,000 seats. So you have to have a selective viewpoint of who is in those 5,000 seats. So maybe you don't do this. Michael Angel Martin, happy. The social media guru, right? Well, you up to 5,000, you could be a little more lenient. But when you have 5,000, you got to be selective, right? You can message this person. Right? Message them, let it go. Right? But if I have 5,000, I'm seeing this as an opportunity to connect. And guess what? If you do this every day, it should take you a few minutes maximum. Now you've got a bunch of new conversations. Now you know when your friends' birthdays are coming up, because my friend's birthday just passed, Ty, and I didn't even know. So if I was checking it, I would have known, right? So this is why I tell people it's so important, because people that you know, their birthdays are coming up, right? So stay on top of this. This is a great way to follow up. This is a great way to connect. This is a great way to network. And it's a great way to do it without getting overwhelmed, because you'll be talking to maybe 5 to 10 people per day, right? Right? So if you're going to say happy birthday, where's my gift, bro? So that's the deal. This is an awesome way to do it. Really cool little strategy with Facebook. And again, guys, we can go on and on and on and on and on about Facebook. I've got some stuff on my YouTube channel. If you want to go back, all of it is probably still relevant. I cover a lot of what I covered today. But I talk about, I've got a lot of stuff on that YouTube channel that goes deeper with social media, deeper with prospecting, deeper with following up, et cetera, et cetera. So that stuff is real powerful. But that's Facebook. Now, guys, I don't have a way to show you Instagram on here, but let me just tell you a couple things, okay? With Instagram, it's not very different at all. With Instagram, what's important is that you add value to the caption, right? Every one of my captions, it's, well thought, it's inspired, it's real, it's relevant, it's, genuine. I type all my stuff. I don't, copy paste other people's things. Some people like to do that, but I really like to create I want to create a genuine message. And so, I work on content. It was very hard for me until I, got out of my comfort zone to have people start taking pictures. I didn't really want to do that at one point. I didn't like it, right? But I understood that if I wanted to build a brand, I needed to have content. And over the course of time, I've gotten better and better and better, and I started making more money. So my budget went up, and now my social media budget is good. And I have a team that works 7 days a week, and we create content together. But I still do the captions. I manage my Instagram. I don't have anybody manage it for me. I reply to as much as I can. It's very hard because I get a lot of DMs and a lot of mentions. So I get mentioned in a lot of stuff on Instagram. Like, I'm sure I'll log on to Instagram after this, and you guys, there's 4,000 people on the call. Imagine if everybody mentioned me on my Instagram during this call, right? So some important stuff gets caught in the bottom, right? Some important stuff is like lost now in the mentions, but I see a ton of stuff that I've already been tagged in, even just in the last 30 seconds. So it's not that easy, but guys, if you don't have a huge social media, it's so manageable. And it's not something that anybody should complain about, because if you don't like people, you don't like talking to people, you don't want to network, you're not going to make it very long as a builder. You should really just focus on trading, to be honest. But if you like people and you don't mind the grind, like, Matt and I made no money in network marketing for 3 years, but we still posted, we still grinded, we were still prospecting, we were still, working on our attraction. There's so much stuff you can do just by going on Google or YouTube and looking up social media strategies, getting out of your comfort zone and doing lives, right? Lives where, look, maybe you do a live and you ask your upline chairman 10, your upline P5 to get on and just talk about success and mindset. And, you start doing lives once a week on IG. And what's cool, the collaboration, people will share it, people will watch the recording, and you'll just get more eyeballs, right? Maybe instead of just posting pictures on your Instagram, you start posting videos. Instagram allows you to post either a 1-minute video, or if it's longer than 1 minute, it's called IGTV. And it's really cool because, people like, usually a video that's longer than 3 minutes doesn't get as great of engagement, but usually between 1 and 3 minutes, the engagement is incredible. My experience, I've done really well promoting IGTV. Some of you guys that follow me, I just did a cash giveaway. I do a lot of giveaways on my Instagram. I do a lot of cash giveaways, even $100. So I'm going to start doing like a $100 cash giveaway on every post in the next few days. And that will go a long way to, number one, make an impact, but also to get new eyeballs to my page, to get more engagement, and, to just raise more awareness for the greater good of what we're trying to do. So with Instagram, it's the same thing. You got to be professional. People treat that thing like a business card. People go, they see, they judge, and all of that takes place within 5 to 10 seconds. They're judging your page, which means they're judging you. And if your Instagram is not fit for business, you're going to lose people all day long. And they might want to join the company, but they don't want to join you because people want to follow leaders, right? So I'm teaching you how to position yourself as a leader, okay? So jump in the chat box with some 8s if you guys find everything so far, really valuable and you want me to keep going for a little bit. I'm not going to go much longer because I want the recording to be tangible. And there's a ton of stuff that we can teach. I'm definitely open after the boot camp, maybe next week. Maybe we could do a social media Q&A. How many guys would like a social media Q&A if Matt and I hosted a social media Q&A? How many of you guys would like that if we did a Zoom call where you could just jump on and ask us questions about just social media? Matt, I think they're fired up about it, bro. I think we got
Bro, let's go Instagram Live. Let's do it.
Yeah. So guys, Matt and I, let's get through this boot camp. We're gonna do a 7-day boot camp, but Matt and I will do a building Q&A and a social media Q&A, 2 different Q&As. So stay tuned for that.
Jay, could you touch up on the importance of going live, whether it's Facebook Live, Instagram Lives, maybe posting on the stories? Because from my experience, I think that's where we get the most of our profile visits per week. We average close to 15 to 20,000 profile visits a week, and it's because when it comes to the post, I feel it's so calculated, right? But the stories and going live, it's so real time, so they get to really know who you are. Would you mind tapping into that?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. So let's transition to Instagram because I personally, Matt, Alex, I can tell you that what website were you guys talking about? A couple of you keep asking about a website. I'm trying to remember what website you're talking about. So just post that in the chat. I don't know. And then I want to go into Instagram. Fiverr. Yeah, guys, I think it's sorry, hold on. I think it's Fiverr with 2 R's. Fiverr.com. Is it? Yeah, Fiverr. So Fiverr is like a freelance. It's actually really good. I'm glad you guys brought this up. So Fiverr, especially now, I didn't even think about it, but because of the situation and everybody's working from home, it's Fiverr with 2 R's, Fiverr.com. So Fiverr is really cool because you can go get all this freelance work. You can get voiceovers. You can get websites made. You can, boost your social media. Like there's people on there that help you with SEO, translation, data entry. Like it's like hiring virtual assistants for, a lot of it is low budget. And I think right now, because everybody in the world is working from home, I didn't even think, but I'm probably going to go to Fiverr and look to outsource some of the things that I want done because I think there's probably a lot of people. All right, guys, I'm going to shut the box. Go to Fiverr because you don't want to lose focus on where we're going to go. So go to Fiverr after. Great website, because I think all of you can, really improve for an affordable budget to get, if you want to get a logo, if you want to get more social media engagement, if you, have stuff that you're working on. The whole world is working from home. There's a lot of people now, and I think it's probably even more affordable because they have to bid. So they all put up what they offer. You have reviews. It's a great website. So thank you guys for bringing that back up, because Fiverr in the early days, Fiverr was an amazing tool. Listen, Matt and I, we have a team. We have multiple employees, multiple people that work for us. And you can't, we're Chairman 500, right? So obviously we can afford that, but at a budget, you can't afford that, right? So Fiverr's a great place to be. So let's talk about Instagram, because that's where I was transitioning. But Matt, you reminded me of something that's really important that I don't know if I would have talked about. But let's talk about IG. Okay, so the IG, your profile is your business card. Now, what I did, and what a lot of people do, is they convert in Instagram. You can go to your settings and you can convert your profile to a business profile, which is cool because it gives you analytics. So on my page, you guys will see that okay? So what you see is this, right? So you'll see, obviously my name, you'll see how many posts I made, the followers, you'll see my story, you'll see my bio, my highlights, which I'll go through all of this. But what we see, okay, is this little bar. It's hard to point it out, but here you go. You see this little bar up top that says, 33,957 profile visits in the last 7 days. And when you click that, it brings you into a back office, and it shows you all your engagement. So it'll say my top posts had 22,000 eyeballs, 20,000 eyeballs, 20,000, right? So it shows me my top posts. Then it'll show me my top story engagements, okay? Then it'll show me the stories that I have up now, okay? Then it shows me, so it's really cool because it'll show you your activity. So it'll show you your reach for the week. It'll show you your impressions for the week. So how many, how much everything total impressions, 615,000 impressions. It'll show you the actions taken on your account in the last week, profile visits, website clicks, email clicks. And then what I love the most is the audience feature. So it'll show you every day where your following is at, right? If your following is getting a big boost, if your following is taking a drop back, right? If it's up, if it's down. And then as you scroll down, it'll show you who's following you, right? So like my following, I have 3% New York, 2% Bogota, 1% Lima, 1% London, 1% Miami. And then if you click countries, it'll show you that I have 37% USA, 7% Mexico. And then it shows you even the age demographic, right? So okay, age, my majority is 18 to 34, okay? It'll show you the men that are following you, the women that are following you, what percentage, and the last thing is probably the most important. It shows you your time, your best times for engagement. So my best time for engagement is actually right now, 3 p.m. through 9 p.m. Well, really, it's like maybe 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. is really my best time for engagement. So for me, when I post around 5 to 5:30 p.m., my Instagram gets the best engagement. And I know that because the analytics also tell me. So it's cool because you guys can also click your posts. You can see the insights for your post, etc. So that's really important. Now, let's talk about the stories, because I'll tell you guys, my stories when I'm consistent, all right, so like I had a big gap. So if you look at my story, I posted stories 23 hours ago, and then I had a 9-hour gap. So my next story was 14 hours ago. So it's a 9-hour gap. When I get that huge gap, my stories are typically seen by 2,300 people. When I post with like 1 hour gap max, so if I have a bunch of posts in a day and I have like a 1 or 2 hour gap as my biggest gap, sometimes my stories reach 5,000, 6,000 people. It's crazy. Stories are huge. And what Matt said is so true. You know, that stories, sometimes your wall posts, like my wall posts are great, right? It just makes life look amazing because they're my favorite pictures, right? Good editing, spent a lot of time, you know, a lot of thought, and that's awesome. And people want to see that side of you. But when you get into your stories and you're showing life behind the scenes, you know, you're making people laugh. Like I post some funny stuff, you know, I repost, I post some stuff about sports, you know, I show people like the day in the life behind. And it's funny because that is sometimes your biggest follow-up. You know, my friends and my leaders around the world, when I go and travel and do events, people are like, they know about my house renovation. They know about, you know, my love for collecting sports memorabilia. You know, they know people went and said, dude, that Kobe jersey you have is so cool. You know, when Kobe passed away, bro, you got so many Yeezys, bro. You know, you love chicken wings, bro. You know, you love playing Call of Duty on your spare time. You know, like you love Chinese food. You know, people find a way to relate to you when they could be in the other side of the world. I have some of my best friends on the call, and they're from, you know, London, they're from Czech Republic, they're from Spain, they're from, you know, South America, they're from Mexico, they're from the West Coast of the US, they're from Canada. And I get to see inside of their life through the stories, and they get to see inside of mine. But where all of this comes together is that when I go out and I meet people, I don't give them a business card and I don't prospect them. I say, hey, bro, what's your Instagram? And, you know, when I have a good waiter or somebody is doing a service, you know, I'm trying to think of a good example. My Uber driver in London, I know my girl Nikki is on the call right now. And, you know, I had an amazing, super cool, like amazing energy, great guy, really friendly. And, you know, we just started having a conversation, and you know, he was just kind of asking where I was going, because we had an event on a college campus, and he was asking if I was going to school, and I said no, I'm going to speak at an event. And you know, I asked him to come inside the event. But to connect with somebody like that on social media, you don't have to be going to an event in order to, you know, get them to see, or you don't need to, you know, say, hey, jump on a webinar right away, right? Because you don't want people to feel like a number. You want people to feel like, dude, this guy is so cool. This girl is so cool. This woman is such a role model. This person is a mentor. This person is a leader, right? You know, you want to attract. And I think about, you know, women, some of the first women who really did it on social media, China and Jewel, right? And how they were really attracting people from their social media without having to go out and go out and do it. You know, I think about how Matt attracted that guy from his, you know, from playing the guitar. I think about some of the leaders that have messaged me. My friendship with Alex Morton that pulled him into this company is, you know, when we were friends in person, obviously we were friends, real friends, but, you know, we were following each other every day on social media. So he was able to follow me and Matt's journey, Matt Green's journey, some of the leaders that he knew. And through social media, the greatest follow-ups happened. So what I would tell you guys is go out and network with people and say, hey, let's follow each other on social media, and let your social media do the following up, right? Let your social media be the biggest part of your strategy. The other day, I made a post, and I don't post about IM very often. I don't post about joining very often, but every once in a while, I'll jump on my story. I never do it on my post, but I'll jump on my story and I'll say, look, right now, I believe is the greatest time for self-education, and our platform is offering a ton of value. If you're serious, I'll work with you. If you're serious and you're not already involved, I'll work with you personally. Shoot me a message. I'm hungry to help people who are hungry. And all those people that connected with me randomly, whether it was an elevator, a restaurant, actually, one of my friends lives in a nice neighborhood. It's a gated neighborhood, and the kid at the front gate loved my car. So we started talking, and I said, bro, I gotta go. I'm always in a rush. I'm like, hey, bro, I gotta go, but follow me on Instagram. So he followed me, and he's like, bro, your page is sick, So use that. Build your social media so strong that it does all the talking for you. But don't post. Don't be a verbal vomit about trading. Don't be a verbal vomiter about your business. Don't be a verbal vomiter about, residual income. Don't slam your social media. We have a 90-10 rule. And honestly, I don't even use the 90-10 rule. I use a 95-5 rule. I tell people 95% should be you, leadership, inspiration, behind the scenes, who you are, what you want to be, your goals, like what you aspire, motivating the world. And then 5% should be even hinting. But one of my great mentors, actually, he mentored me and Matt, said, curiosity is the key to success. See, when people go on their social media and they start telling everybody everything about trading, about what we do, everybody knows what we do. So you're never giving people the opportunity to build interest. They just make a prejudgment whether they're interested or not. And it's funny because I go to family parties and people are like, I still don't know what you do. I've heard that 1,000 times from my aunts and uncles, cousins, people that I saw at a funeral that I haven't seen in like 8 years. I didn't even know they follow me. They're like, I'm so proud of you and who you've become, but I don't know what you do. My grandma cannot, if I gave my grandma $100,000, she could not explain what I do. And guess what? That's my goal. That's my goal. Why? Because I'm not proud? No. I'm very proud of what we do. And I have no shame at all. But I want to build curiosity, because when you have two options when you build social media. What a great way to really wrap up this webinar. You have two ways to build social media. You could be the hunter or you could be the fisher, right? You could be a fisherman or you could be a hunter. And there's a big difference, because when you're on social media and you're hunting people down, it's the equivalent of an animal in the wild. When a deer is there eating, minding its own business, when Bob from Arkansas is on social media, minding his own business, catching up, and he gets shot a link to join an opportunity. And he's just there eating grass like a deer that gets shot at and missed, right? That deer runs as fast as it can because of the fight or flight part of our brain. Deer, all animals have the same fear instinct that we have as people. Remember that. There is a fear instinct, and we can either control that or we can't. But even the greatest leaders in the world sometimes can't control that. That's why I tell people to read Emotional Intelligence. Because if you understand the way the brain works on a natural level and how you can become better, then you'll understand how to approach people better. But when we are the hunters on social media, and look, I think, be honest. There's not an audit here, but be honest. If you feel like you have been hunting people, type a 1 in the chat box. I'll give you guys the books, don't worry. But if you feel like you've been hunting people, type a 1. And I really have a ton of respect, and I commend you guys for being honest. Because today, I'm going to teach you how to fish. And hunting is a tough skill. Fishing is relaxing. You get to sit back on a chair. Think of my grandfather. He loved both. But hunting took a lot of time to set up. Hunting was, a process. You just got to sit there. You got to sit there for both of them, right? But, hunting, you're being aggressive. Fishing, you're just sitting there, throw it out and you just wait for the bite. I really appreciate you guys being honest, because that's awesome, right? Vulnerability is a big key to success. And if you are hunting people on social media, the odds are that you will get people to join, but you're scaring away a majority of your audience. You're scaring them away. They're running from you. And when you message that person, because you've already posted all over your wall, you've already posted all over your stories, you've already told people a million times that you're making money from home and you're the online certified trading gangster and you're killing it. You know, you've already told them everything. So when you go to them, they're like, oh, heck no. They ain't getting me. Because it sounds like a sign-up game. But I can tell you guys, not to brag at all, but because I want to prove this strategy, that I've never messaged somebody on social media and had them respond, hey, bro, you're not going to try to sign me up for your little pyramid, are you? Never get that, because I've never made it about the profit. I've made it about the people and the value. And whether you join what I'm doing or not, I respect it and I'm still going to give. I've never made it about hunting. I've made it about fishing, because the bait is out, right? And the right people, when you fish, the right people will attract to the right bait. So if you're fishing and you switch to this mindset, it's attraction marketing, which means that what you put out is what you will attract. This is deep. Attraction marketing is hours of training that I've been through. Hours and hours and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Thousands. But the simplest way to explain this is just energy, right? You are either pushing or you pull, right? And it's that magnetic field that you want to create. And I've had a bunch of people randomly message me and say, I've been following you for a long time and I want to join you, right? I've been researching IM and I found your video, I've found your page, and you're the leader that I want to join. And I'm not the only one. Brandon Boyd gets those messages. Matt gets those messages. A lot of leaders get those messages because we understand attraction marketing. That's what we do. That's why you don't see links. You don't see, aggressive recruiting tactics. You don't see, the people who have long-term success. They're fishers. They're fishing. They're putting out good content. So the right people bite. And this is the last thing that I'll say. I want everybody to write shift in the chat box. Don't forget, we don't want any curse words in there. Shift. Write the word shift. 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 It's one of the greatest pieces of advice I can give you. If the strategy you are using is not working and you continue to use that strategy, what is that? That is the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a result that's different to appear, expecting it to change. Okay? So a lot of people are doing the same social media strategy, the same type of posts, the same type of captions, the same. Everything's the same, but they're not happy with the results. But you're not happy with the results because you're not shifting the strategy. So I encourage you, every 30 days, analyze what results you're getting. If you're using some type of promotion, some type of paid promotions, right? Michael Angel Martin, I believe, is on this call. He leads the company in personal enrollments on social media using different strategies, different types of funnels. Michael's done multiple six figures. He's paid multiple six figures for coaching and classes and mentorship and ads and all that stuff. So he's well invested, but he hit Chairman 25 without doing a home meeting. Okay. So he loves this current situation where we're all at home because he's already been at home, but most people are now at home. So Michael's fired up. I talked to him the other day. He's like, dude, everything that I've been doing is just exploding now because I saw something the other day, 33%, the usage of social media and the internet is up 33% in the past 10 days. That's crazy. That's astronomical. So Michael's having a field day, right? The online builders in the company having a field day. But now's our time as leaders to shift the strategy. Matthew Rose and I had a big event planned in New York. Wasn't allowed to happen. So we shifted the strategy. And in the past 2 weeks, the business has grown over 7,000 customers. And we had a almost triple turnout. No, it was triple turnout on our online event than we expected in our physical event. So shift the strategy, because if one strategy it worked before, but it's not working anymore, make that shift. If you've been prospecting people a certain way, shift the strategy if it's no longer working. If you've been, saying certain things on your webinars and people stop joining, shift the strategy. If you've been, messaging people on Instagram or Facebook a certain way, shift the strategy. Everything is about making a shift every 30 days. Analyze. If it's working, keep it. But whatever is happening that's not working, shift. So let me share. Guys, get your screenshots ready, because we're going to end this webinar. We've been here. I appreciate you guys so much. We will do, Matt and I will follow up as promised. We'll do some Q&As. The boot camp is just starting. Guys, if you're getting some, let me do this. Let me do this. If you guys, so boot camp day 2, check this out. Still 3,000. We've been on for an hour and a half. We still got over 3,000 people. But if you're getting some value, give me some fire emojis. If you're getting some value from Bootcamp day 1, Bootcamp day 2, and if you're fired up for Bootcamp day 3, because I'm fired up for Bootcamp day 3. Let's go. All right. So let me do this. Get your, see what I just did? I put that on Instagram story. Okay. So do this. Okay. Get your screenshots ready. Get your screenshots ready, because I'm going to give you guys a couple recommendations on books. Great time to do it. A couple recommendations on books. Okay. Also, I'm going to say this. Don't post about the coronavirus. Don't post about quarantine. Don't post about recession. Don't post about financial crisis. Don't post any of that on social media. The government does not like when people take advantage of a crisis to grow their business or to attract customers. So do it as a professional, please. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to disable the chat box so I can also post. Okay. Once again, geez, I fumbled that one. That's my Instagram. That's Matt Rosa. I think it's Matt Rosa, right? Yeah, that's probably right. It's Matt Rosa, because I want you guys to actually, yes, that's it. I want you guys to actually go and analyze, okay? I want you to go and analyze what is working. And when you follow us, you'll get recommendations to follow other leaders. I would recommend following the people who have great brands, so you can get ideas constantly. You have Instagram highlights. Like, spend some time studying the people who have the results that you want. Now, ready? Book number 1, and I love, is, there you go. And this one's actually relevant for this call, because it's How to Win Friends. Okay, so let's get this up. How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age. So this is actually Dale Carnegie's book. The original How to Win Friends and Influence People is probably my favorite book of all time, but he rewrote it. It was rewritten to apply to today's world, right? So with the digital tools and digital social media, I believe that this book should probably sell out on Amazon in the next 5 minutes, because if you guys are serious about it, this book is sick, and it really teaches you the ins and outs of connecting with people on a deeper level, on a genuine level, on an intentional level. And How to Win Friends and Influence People, the original, was the book that really helped me position myself for success when I got started. So that's a big book that I recommend always. Now, another one that I showed you guys before is probably my second favorite book. I love this. I recommend this to everybody. So take a screenshot, Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Gene Graves. Okay, so this is another absolute gem. But this is more about understanding psychology and dealing with people's emotions, and then dealing with the internal emotions. But that'll play a big role in your social media, the way you talk to people, the way you manage your team, the way you are as a leader. So I think even though this isn't a social media book, it's very relevant. And last but not least, the biggest book that Matt and I have duplicated in our team over the past couple of years, Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers, personal mentor and friend to me. It's not why I promote the book. I actually consider him a mentor because I found the book first and I absolutely love it. And we built a friendship. But this book is so well written, so well organized. If you really want to go P1 and above and scale your business, I would say that this book is borderline essential. This is like the encyclopedia for killing it in network marketing. And it has everything, how to onboard people the right way, how to build culture. You know, look, you guys went to March Madness online event. Every one of those people have read this book. Every chairman that Matt and I work with personally have duplicated this book in their organization. This is a game changer. There's probably 6 copies in my house right now. So let's give it up for the training today. Thank you guys for your participation. Super, super, super grateful. Thank you, Sana, for reposting the books. That's super helpful as well. I'm going to get this video up on my YouTube. Day 1 is on my YouTube right now. Make sure you guys go subscribe so you get the notification when I post. And then you can go share it with your group, share it with people who missed it. Use it as a resource if you ever feel like you're losing momentum. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m., same time, same place, same link. Make sure you spread the word. Matt Rosa taking over Bootcamp, day 3. We're not playing games with this thing. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
Let's go.